Hey guys, it's me, Liz from Elizabeth's Just Flosstube. And this is Maggie. Say hi.
Hi.
Shh. Okay. Shh. I don't want to have to start over again. It's been 2 weeks since my last video. I did a end of year whip parade for 2022 last time. It's now January 15th. I have 2 whips and then 4 new starts for the year.
Yeah.
It was just gonna be it was just gonna be 3, but then I found a temperature chart that I want to do, so I started another one. So here we go. I don't think this is gonna be a very long video. Oh, and I do have a little bit of haul. But
Can't this be a long video?
because if I don't have a lot to talk about, then there isn't anything to talk about. Okay, so this one I've worked on a whole bunch. And this is the Dawn Chorus by Long Dog Samplers. You can help. So this is where I'm at. I think I was about halfway through the tree, and I had about half of this. Let go. Half of the like plaid lines here.
Ooh.
So finish that tree, finish the plaid stuff. So time to start on
Mommy
the
made that
birds.
stuff. Mommy made that.
And then
stuff.
there's some flower motifs in here, I
Mommy
think.
made that
Maggie,
stuff.
if you can't be quiet, you're gonna have to go.
Fine.
So that's where I've got on that, and I love it. It's using all the called for general arts, except for the words at the top are just 310, but the rest is all the called for. And then the E and the H, I'm gonna do in one of the pink colors. I haven't decided which one, but that's my initials, EH. So I figured I would make those a different color. Then this one I worked on. My car had to go in the shop, so I didn't have it for a week. Well, I didn't drive it for a week before they could get me into the shop. So I was actually my mom was dropping me off at work early so she could be home to get Maggie on the bus. So I was in work like an hour early. So I stitched. So I brought this with me for 2 or 3 days. This is my Myths and Legends. The chart is called like, I don't know, something crazy like Patchwork Summer or something. I call it Myths and Legends because I'm using the Silks of Myth and Legend by Stitchy Box. And here is where I got to. If I have a before picture, here's where it was before. I think I might. And here is where I got to. I think I was halfway through this diamond. So I did this one. Yeah, I was halfway through this one. So I did this one, this one, this one, and then started this one. So that's where I'm at. So after this color, which is Demeter's Harvest, there's one more color, and it's Dionysus Wine. It's kind of a burgundy color. It's like a dark burgundy and a lighter burgundy. And then I will scroll and do the colors that are left at the top. So there's that one. Now for my new starts. Now my new year new starts, someone had shared that they were going to do Vibster's multicolor tiles. And I was like, oh, I have that one. I could do that. I even have all the thread for it. And then I was like, ooh, but she has a couple new versions of it where she did different colorways, and she did one that's an American flag. So I was working on that. So New Year's Day, I did one thread of the lighter blue. And then the other day I did this dark blue is I think 939 is all the outlining. The problem is My Ada is not, it's like the weave is a little uneven, so it's like these are 10 by 10 squares, but they look like rectangles because it's a little bit wider this way than this way. So these are supposed to be like square diamonds instead of elongated diamonds, but it'll be fine. It'll still work out. It's just my flag will be more square than rectangular. But so that's what I got done on that one. It's nice to stitch so far because I've just done pretty much the outline. But and then I didn't have any patriotic needle minders. The only thing I had was my Ohio pin that I turned into a needle minder, and someone stitched that. Someone cross-stitched that on like plastic canvas, that tiny plastic canvas, and I saw that and I was like, well, I need that. I'm not a big Buckeye fan, but I do live in Ohio. So I thought that was pretty cool, and I got it at the thrift store and turned it into a needle minder. Is that a name? I don't know. Had I already started this? I don't remember. I might have already started this one. I don't know. Whatever. This is my, it's called Mandala, whatever kind of bug it is. I can't remember what the bug name is. I think it starts with a C, but I'm calling it the Mandala Scarab. It looks like, ooh, he's, so close to being done. That's just the top part of him. The bug, like the whole body part, is like this big. It goes down to like here. So that's like the mandala that's on his back. But that's how far I got. And it's so pretty. And there's so many colors. So I've just been kind of doing one color at a time, like one strand, and working it as far as I can without too much jumping on the back. That way when I stitch, these little jumps will get stitched over, so it'll be fine. But it's real pretty. So the plan is to do the big scarab in the middle, and then I have some flower mandalas that I'm gonna do like parts of on the outside. So it's like a collage of mandalas. And she even has a mandala bee and a mandala dragonfly, I think. So I might look at those and see how big they are, and maybe I could put those in too. I don't know, we'll see. I gave myself a pretty decent amount of fabric. I think I did like, it's 200 wide and maybe 250 or 260 high, 280 high. I don't know. Maybe 300 high. I don't know. I gave myself a big piece. So the mandalas don't overlap too much. I know I remember talking about it, but I can't remember if I had already started it or not. But that's only really a few days worth of work because I was obsessed with it and that was all I was stitching. And then I started my unconventional X, the hare and the bird. And I mean, it's big, but it's not full coverage. So I was doing the colossal octopus, which is huge. Well, it is colossal and it's full coverage. And I was just like, I don't think I'm never going to finish it. So I don't think I even want to really get more into it. So I went ahead and scrapped that, and I'm just going to use that fabric for something else because it's already gridded and ready to go. But I figured this guy is big, but like I said, it's not full coverage. And they show it on white, a white background, and it's beautiful. And then they also show it on a dark background, and it's just as pretty, if not more pretty. So I'm doing it on this, what's it called? Twilight hand-dyed effect from fabric flare. And this is the sparkly one. So I thought he will show up. So nice. So here's what it's gonna look like. And then this is where I'm at. I've pretty much outlined one ear and started filling it in. So that's like 5 colors of gray. 4 colors of gray, and then not B52, 3865. And then there'll be the red around his head. And that starts, I think about here is where the beginning of the red is. But he's gonna look great on this fabric. And then this octopus needle minder I was using for the colossal octopus. So I figured I would put it on here. And that's it. Those were the ones that I was planning on starting. And then looking through, what's it called? Etsy. I found a temperature chart that I really wanted to do. And I got one last year that was a honeycomb, but the only stitches you did were the honeycomb. So there's no way that you can like work ahead or something. I don't know. So this one has outlines. So I figured what I can do is get as much of the outline as I can for January done. And then I'm just keeping track of my days and what the temperatures are in a notes app. It's called, can't think of what it's called. It's not Good Notes because I have that for something else. I can't think of what it's called. But you can basically make like sticky notes and stick it on a board, and then you can rearrange it, and then the board is just infinite. It just gets bigger as you go, so you don't have to worry about running out of space. So I've got January, and then I've got the first 2 weeks that I screen capped from Wonderground. Weather Underground. So yeah, Wonderground, of the first 2 weeks, and then each week I'm going to screen cap it on Saturday and then put my temperatures in. I'll show a screen cap of what I've got so far. So that's how I'm keeping track of the temperatures and where I'm going to put them in the honeycomb. I'm not doing, like, there's no way to do it like in an order, so I'm just kind of filling it in. So here's where I'm at. Well, hello. I started
out of nowhere.
Yes, you did. Out of nowhere. I did some of the outline. And it's hard to see, but that's okay. And then this fabric is, where did I get the little tag? Did I keep it? I thought I did.
Wait! It's like I found something.
Oh well. It's called Grandma's Slip, and it's from XJude Designs. And I got it because I thought it sounded like a really cool thing, and I couldn't think of anything to put on it. And I figured this is all oranges and yellows for the temperatures, so I thought it'd work perfect.
You kept that rocket?
So that's what I got. Oh, you must have thrown it in there or put it on my table or something. So, and then this was a pin that I got at a thrift store that I turned into a needle minder. It was like just a brooch, but it's beaded, and then it's got like a fabric back. So that's where I got. So that's it. That's all I've really worked on. I think that's pretty much it. So this is what that one will look like. So it's oranges and yellows for your temperatures. And each bundle is the month. So I thought, well, that'll be great on that yellow fabric. But what else? I think that's it. I worked on Worked on Dawn Chorus. Oh, I did get another pattern, but I have not started it yet because I was having trouble getting it to import. Let's see if I can see the PDF of it. It's called Months of the Year Quaker. And it is 2 colors. And obviously each month has its own tile. I'm gonna use this for that silk that I was gonna do the modern folk embroidery pattern with, but I just wasn't in love with the pattern. So I think I'm gonna do that with this.
Can you please close it? Because I'm gonna let us know what time it is.
Why do you need to ask her that? Why are you messing with that? That's for my heated mattress pad. You can ask her. Say, Alexa, what time is it?
Alexa, what time is it?
The time is 4:45 p.m.
There you go. That was exciting. You can go now. You now know what time it is. So I'm gonna use those silks that I was gonna use for that modern Quaker or modern folk embroidery, and I think this will work.
Mommy, can I have one of these?
Not right now because I'm busy. But then there's this Blue Mood sampler that would work with it too, and it's just like, I don't know, because there's this one that's 2 colors. So maybe I'll do this. I don't know. I might get more of that silk because it's so pretty. I don't know. So I did get I bought the pattern for that, but I went to import it into Pattern Keeper and it says there's no grids found. And then when you look at it, yeah, it's not like numbered like a grid normally is. So it's going to take a little bit more work, and it's also not going to recognize the symbols. So I'm going to have to put it on my iPad instead in the XR cross stitch or whatever that's called. Can't think. So I guess I'll show you my haul. This I got at Lowe's. I work at Lowe's, and they had a bunch of Christmas stuff on clearance. This was $4. And it comes with the stencil, so you can do this. But it's a little flat sled sign. And I was like, I don't have a Christmas cross stitch for it yet, but I can't imagine not having one eventually. So I thought $4, might as well. And then at the thrift store, I found 2 Dimensions gold stocking kits that are beautiful, and they were $4 each. This one is called Sleigh Ride at Dusk. And it's got everything. So it's got the Ada, and it's got the fabric so you can finish it. Amazing. $4. I don't think I would stitch that as a stocking, but I looked, and these go for like $30. And then this one is called Holy Night Stocking. Again, everything's there. Someone obviously pulled it out to look at it because it's in the package upside down, but it's all there. But this is the Holy Night one. And guess what? $4? This one goes for about $30. Now see, this sleigh ride one, I do like the sleigh with the horse. So I might stitch that, but I mean, I couldn't pass it up. And I looked and looked and looked and looked through to see if they had anything else, and they didn't. And they didn't have any floss either. But I did find a mixed pack of Rainbow Gallery Silk Lame. So there's a couple of pinks, a red, a white, and another red. Like a dark red and then a lighter red. So, I mean, I got that for $4. I mean, one of those is $4. So, there we go. That's it. That's all. That's all we've done. And I also had gotten all my floss, obviously, but I got my floss ready for the Spangled by Long Dog. I think I'm missing maybe 2 colors because Joann's was out. Spangled, which is this one. So I have all my colors ready for that. And this one's just DMC. But it says that all these stars, they're all different. There's not one that's the same. And I just thought that is so cool. I've seen it on Pinterest and I was like, yep, I need that. And then there's another one that's called Count Your Blessings, and it's got a house in the middle, and then it says Count Your Blessings instead of sheep or something. I don't know. But it's really pretty too. And it's like the same kind of color palette. But I have to figure out what fabric I want to put it on. Because I tend to put everything on this creamy color, or this oatmeal color. But I feel like that one maybe needs like a light blue, or I don't know. Maybe I'll just go on the same junk I always use. Who knows? But that's it. I really want to try to make a quilt that's just a jelly roll quilt. I don't know if I'm going to do that cross-stitch quilt now. It's just so much trouble, and I'd rather just be doing something else than sitting at the sewing machine while it stitches, and then I have to be there just in case something happens. So I don't know. It's an awful lot of work, and I don't know if it's going to look good. And I don't want to put in all the work and find out it's not going to work the way I want it to. So I don't know. That's happened to me before, though, where I've gotten all the work in to get it ready to go, done a few blocks, and then it's like, I don't want to spend 45 minutes for each block. You know, it's a lot of time for one block. It's a lot of changing, so you can't do anything else. I don't know, this one, the blocks would only take about 25 minutes, but still, I mean, you just can't go anywhere. You can't do anything. You can't go downstairs. I don't know. So I kind of would try just the jelly roll quilt. I would really like to figure out a way to make my honeycomb quilt bigger. I don't know what to do with it. It's just a little too small. It'd fit on her bed perfectly, probably. On Maggie's bed, but I just don't know. Okay, I gotta get off. I will see you guys next time. Bye. She's getting in trouble.